Hey all, and welcome back to the Canadian Nerd Show, now brought to you by our amazing friends over at Han Solo Records, Canada's source for the best in both underground and nerdcore hip-hop. So make sure you check out their music videos by clicking right over here, or alternately, you can go right to their website to check out their full roster by clicking on the link in the description. So make sure you do that. Alright all, so what's on the docket today? Well, Nerdcore. And more specifically, we'll be jumping knee-deep into Han Solo Records to find out more about their roster and some of the amazing albums they have currently available to you. Alright, so in regards to how we're going to proceed, what we'll first do is jump into Han Solo Records artist, Wordburglar. And we'll do that by checking out Wordburglar's most recent full album release entitled Third Burglar, as well as checking out his G.I. Joe themed Cobra Island triple single, which was also recently released. And now after that, what we'll be doing is jumping in and checking out another amazing group off of the Han Solo Records roster, and that is Swamp Thing. And then finally, after we've checked out both Wordburglar as well as Swamp Thing, we'll jump into Backburner. Moreover, I want to advise all of you guys to stick around till the very end of the episode, as you will have your very own chance to win one of the aforementioned albums. Could be Wordburglar, could be Swamp Thing, and it could also be Backburner. Who knows? You'll just have to stick around and watch to find out. So without further ado, let's jump in and check out some amazing Han Solo Records. Alright guys, so first on the docket is the amazing Wordburglar.
I do go by the name Wordburglar, that's my name and job description.
Thanks Wordburglar, couldn't have said it better myself. Now from what I can tell, Wordburglar is easily the most nerdy and like-minded individual / artist on the entire Han Solo Records roster. I mean, this guy loves his comics, as is evidenced by his song Drawings with Words, aka comics. And he's also one of the biggest G.I. Joe fans in the world, and it really shows through. But how about I give you a little bit of his official description before I jump into describing his different albums. Alright, so Wordburglar's official description reads as follows. A strong contender for the rapper most likely to be quoted at the water cooler, Wordburglar's lyrically potent oeuvre runs the gamut from thoughtfully casual to ridiculously ludicrous. There's just something about the way he puts his words together that keeps people nodding their heads and smiling their mouths. With finely constructed whimsical lyrics, a sharp sense of humor, and a dedication to true school rap, Wordburglar has carved a niche for himself with audiences across Canada and beyond. And with that being said, how about I tell you guys a little bit more about Wordburglar's most recent full-length album, Third Burglar. Wordburglar's album actually features 14 full-length tracks, some of which have a pretty large focus on nerd culture items. Some of these include Dude, Where's My At? Once again, that is Dude, Where's My At? Drawings with Words, which is all about comics and for which the video was shot at last year's FanExpo. Yoboseo Moonbase, and other amazing tracks like Rhyme O'Clock, which was shot at the Old Silver Snail location. Croque Monsieur, for which a brand new video is coming to you and on its way. As well as Steady and Stable, that features a variety of artists from around the Han Solo ecosystem. Now, if you're as much of a nerd as I am, or even thereabouts, then I strongly advise you pick up this album. The album is fun, it's light, not too serious, talks about a lot of things that are completely relevant to you and I, like everything from cosplay, to comics, to conventions, to G.I. Joe, and the list goes on and on. So I would definitely recommend that you check that out. And now, also by Wordburglar, is his newest triple single named Welcome to Cobra Island. Now if you didn't already notice, Welcome to Cobra Island is actually themed and based on G.I. Joe. And as I mentioned before, it's a theme that comes up in a lot of his songs, so I suppose it's a good thing that he's sort of putting together a full work that allows him to concentrate on just that. And in keeping with the niche that Wordburglar has carved out for himself, this album is also tons of fun, and also light and bouncy, and furthermore, you can download it for free right over here. I mean, does it get any better than that? So make sure that you check it out. Alright, and before we close out the Wordburglar portion of this episode, I just want to show you guys a quick clip of one of his music videos, and that being Drawings with Words, which once again was shot at FanExpo. So yeah, make sure you check that out. Give you guys about 20 seconds, and then we'll jump into Swamp Thing.
Yo, as a kid, my favorite comic was Nth Man, the Ultimate Ninja. You got every one of those in multiples, didn't ya? Yeah, and it took a while to collect them all. I got the last one I needed down at the shitty mall. Yes, y'all. Like Lee Falk, that's real talk. And when I'm not reading them, keep them safe in the sealed box. Spidey, Booster Gold, and X-Men.
Alright, well that was just a little excerpt. I hope that you like it. As you can see, it's super colorful, super bouncy, tons of cosplay, and I swear he makes the most in-depth and nerdy references to comics, some stuff that'll really blow your mind. So check that out. Alright, and next on the docket is the amazing Han Solo Records group named Swamp Thing with their most recent full-length album named Creature Feature. Now Swamp Thing is an amazing group featuring both artists and producers, and it comprises of Timbuktu, Chocules, and finally Civilian. Alright, now all kidding aside, I have to tell you that Creature Feature has been running back to back on my phone, iPod, whatever you want to call it. I am completely hooked on songs 1, 2, 3, Never Return, The Anthem, and a bunch of others. However, as per Wordburglar, let me give you the official description. Alright, so Swamp Thing's description reads as follows. Inspired by good rap and bad B-movies, Swamp Thing is the brainchild of Timbuktu, Chocules, and Civilian. The Grindhouse EP offered a glimpse into the warped world of Swamp Thing, but now the B-monsters drag themselves out of the depths for their debut album, Creature Feature. Now in respect to Swamp Thing style, the closest thing that I can liken it to would be some old school underground hip hop group named Jedi Mind Tricks. Not quite as aggressive and a bit more fun and horror movie themed as opposed to actually horror themed. But I strongly advise you check them out as I'm completely hooked and loving it. But before we end our segment on Swamp Thing, how about I once again give you guys a couple second excerpt from one of their videos. And here we go with 1, 2, 3.
Get on beats, and I ride it like a hovercraft. Special ed shit, you can find me on that other map. I stay fresh like I'm folded up laundry. Tell Flex to drop the bomb like he blowing up Gandhi. It goes 1, 2, 3, and a million. Timbuktu, Chocules, and Civilian. Can't fight the feeling when you're reeling from the impact. You need a helmet with a double buckle chin strap.
I know, right? Awesome. So if you want to get some more of that, you can just hit rewind and click on that once again. Otherwise, you can go to the description and check out Han Solo Records directly on their website to see both Swamp Thing and the rest of the roster. So make sure you do that. And finally on the docket is the Backburner crew, also from the amazing people over at Han Solo Records. Now, Backburner crew is an overwhelmingly large ensemble or collective of artists which majoritarily are found underneath the Han Solo umbrella. Now Backburner comprises of the following members, which I'll try to shoot up pictures right over here. Fresh Kills, Wordburglar, Timbuktu, More or Less, Uncle Fez, Ghetto Socks, Chocules, Jesse Dangerously, Jay Busy, Thesis Sahib, Beat Mason, Frank Deluxe, Dexter Doolittle, Cybo, Ambition, Johnny Hardcore, Man Alive, Ginsu 333, as well as Mr. E. Now I know that's a lot of artists, however, if you recognize any of those names, you know just how amazing each individual one is, let alone a group comprising of all of them. I swear it's like the Justice League for Han Solo Records. Now on this album, some of my favorite songs thus far are Heatwave, Back Home, as well as Phantom Ghost. Now Phantom Ghost is a really hard-hitting and fast-paced hip-hop track with a video game sample used for the melody, and I'm really loving it. All of the lyrics are exceptionally tight. After that, there's the amazing song Back Home, in which all of the artists who take part in that song drop a verse about being back home and what that means to them specifically. Because for some of them, they were abroad when writing it. For other people, it meant not going to jail and getting home. and really it was just an amazing song, and I swear the more I listen to it, the more I love it. Now, the last of the songs that I mentioned is Heatwave, which is an amazing, fast-paced collaboration between a majority of the artists on Backburner. Furthermore, it comprised of their leading EP on the album, as well as their lead music video for the album, which you'll get to check out in a moment right over here. However, before we do that, how about I give you guys the official description? The first collective effort to bear the group name Backburner was a 2001 compilation called Big Talk. It was recorded in the basement of a grubby suite of student flats. A 5-minute walk from the site where the vault would one day be carved out of a living rock, and where Heatwave would be principally recorded in 2009. Alright, and with that being said, how about we jump in and check out an awesome yet short excerpt from their amazing video Heatwave, which will pop up right over here. So let's do it.
This is your brain on sunshine, sun rays, the heat, raise the roof, roll your windows open if you please to catch a breeze. We're cooking something fresh with a burner in the heat wave, in the heat wave.
Putting in work on a perfect day, shirt soaked in the shade but I perspirate. Heat waves from the pavement versus late chirp cicadas.
Alright guys, well I hope you liked that, and furthermore I hope that you clicked it. It is truly an epic video and some of the best out of Canada. So make sure that you support them and check them out. Alright, and now that we're done checking out those albums, as I hinted to you before, you now have your chance to win your very own copy of Swamp Thing's B-rated movie themed album entitled Creature Feature. It additionally comes with a compilation album by Wordburglar and some of the other hand solo artists, and some cool, lovely, colorful flyers. So how do you win the giveaway? Well, it's actually pretty simple. All we want you to do is identify 3 movies that are referenced in the album Creature Feature. And you can do that by checking them out on YouTube, by checking out handsolorecords.com, or lastly, by checking them out on Bandcamp. And how do you submit your entry once you think you found 3 movies referenced on the Creature Feature album by Swamp Thing? Well, you submit it as either a comment or video response on this very video. And we'll select a winner from those in about 1 month's time. So good luck to you, and all the best in winning your very own copies of some awesome hand solo material. Now before we close out, I very much want to once again thank Hand Solo Records, as they are our fantastic new sponsors and also Canada's home of the best in both underground and nerdcore hip-hop. So make sure that you check out some of their videos by clicking here, or go right to their website by checking out the description. Also, please remember to subscribe, comment, like, and most importantly, share this video with anybody that you think might have an interest in Canadian nerd culture. Couldn't hurt to let them know. So finally, until our next episode, peace, take care, à la prochaine.